accept every little thing that I do and bow down and say that my God is your God and your God is my God. That's not true. It's not true. We serve the one, true, and living God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, which means they're not dead either. You just don't see them. But you don't see God either. But if you look around, you'll see God. Wrong word. But here's the gift that God gave us. I lost that place anyway, the thing fell out. Woo! For though we live in the world, we're not carrying on a worldly war. For the weapons of our warfare are not worldly, but have divine power to destroy strongholds. What's a stronghold?
A bondage? Sort of like?
A bondage?
Yeah.
Something that you can't get rid of or you can't shake so easily, right?
Right.
Don't we see a lot of that going on in our lives right now?
Yeah. People
Okay.
that we love in bondage.
There's a gift. God said, the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through God to the pulling down of strongholds. So when things seem to you that they're insurmountable and they cannot be done, you're not looking at what God gave you. God gave you a gift, and it was this. That's your weapon. You can speak death or you can speak life. You can. And you have the power to do that. And you do it every day. And I think that's why we're in such a turmoil now, because we speak so many words that cause confusion, and we cause a whirlwind to happen all around us. You know what I mean? Because you reap what you sow. Be not deceived. God is not mocked. Whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap. So when we find ourselves backed in, and I am too, in problems and things, we need to reassess what we say and begin to say what God says about us. Anyway, this is the gift. But we're not carrying on a worldly warfare. Our weapons of warfare are not worldly, but we have divine power to destroy strongholds. We destroy arguments and every proud obstacle to the knowledge of God, and take every thought captive to obey Jesus Christ, being ready to punish every disobedience with your obedience is complete. So what it is saying is, there are a lot of things that attack your mind and attack you because of what you see. You know what I mean? But you have the power to destroy those things. We don't have to say, oh, I'm just so and so, or this is happening to me, and oh, I'm so poor and I can't do so and so. We need to say other things. Yeah. Like when you get a thought that comes up in your mind, like when you read the newspaper or hear the news and you hear bad reports about what's coming upon the earth. God says, you as my people have not been obedient, because I told you to cast down everything, every high thing that exalts itself against the knowledge of God. See, Nancy, and bring every thought into captivity under the obedience of Jesus Christ. Which is saying, every time a thought approaches your mind, you know what I mean? I stepped on this table, and somebody was thinking, oh, it's going to fall down. And I'm like, nope. Nope. And I cast that thought, I bound that thought, and I cast it down. You know, every time you have a thought, no matter, don't you be trying to play with me. I'm not playing. Every time you have a thought that tries to come up, no matter what it is, you have control over it.
Yes.
Your thoughts do not control you, and neither do your feelings. Are you hearing me well?
Yeah.
I want you to get this before you leave, because it's really such a precious gift that God has given us that we have forfeited. And the enemy takes it and makes us have feelings, and makes us have thoughts, and makes us have premonitions, and makes us have visions, and makes us envision things. And then we go to touch it with our brain, and then we start visioning things. Oh, I can just see it now. I'll step out on that table and it'll fall. I can just see it now. And so we get full of fear. But perfect love casts out fear.
Amen.
In love, there's no torment, but fear has torment. And when God approaches, he says, fear not. Be of good cheer. When you see me approaching and you don't even understand what I'm doing or where I am or how I'm doing it, you should rejoice because the miracle is walking to you. And that's why we're walking on the edge of a miracle and those walls coming down. This is the seventh day and the seventh time around. So shout!
Shout! Shout!
Shout!
Shout!
So shout!
Shout!
What shout?
Victory!
Who said that? Sam is on the ball. So shout! The shout of victory. Now when you see, do you have problems that are insurmounting that you can't see your way over? Do you have them? I know I do. I know I'm backed up with such a financial difficulty that I could never see my way out of. But I'm telling you right now, if you would do this with me and just shout a victory, I'm shouting my victory over that because God can erase those things. He can not only erase them, but eradicate them. Not only eradicate them, but He can bring to me what I need to take care of those things. And He can do the same thing for you. And that's His gift. He wants you to know that He has come with everything. What is that word? But my God shall supply all my needs. According to His riches in glory. But glory is the manifestation. It's the presence of the Lord. You hear me?
Praise Him.
So when you shout, remember the lesson a while ago that said God depends upon your shouting and your praising to bring my mentality into those people that are out there that don't have it? I place my responsibility in you and your mouth. It's your gift. You have the undisputed presentation and responsibility to cause and to reveal and expose His presence, because it'll get thicker when you praise Him. Not when you sit and scrutinize with your brain or try to figure out what's going on or what the preacher said and so on and so forth. That is divining, and you have touched it with your mentality and you perverted it. But when God speaks a word, we really ought to give the more fervent heed to apply it and receive it right then, even if we don't understand. He didn't ask us to understand. He asked us to receive what He said. Believe and receive. So you get the word into your heart, wherever you can get it, wherever you can feel it, wherever it comes from. Receive the word, and it'll start doing its work in you. Then you'll be able to know the difference between the truth and a lie, because the Spirit of truth will be inside of you. That's why I asked you to ask Him to come in. There was a little trick in that. But God is saying, that's my gift to you. And you've had it all along. And you've been using it against yourself because you say all kinds of dumb things during the day. Even when you're joking with your friends, but you really got to understand that even when you do that, there are words that you said. And the words that you said will be measured back to you. You're planting those seeds in your garden, and God will come for your words. And He's listening to. And yes, out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. So you can say, I didn't really mean it. Yes, you did. You did. So next time you tell a joke, think about the nature of that joke. Next time you make fun of somebody or ridicule somebody, think about the nature of that ridicule. When you say, I didn't mean it, you did. Because you have a flesh nature. And flesh nature is like that. But we need to begin to usher and speak life over everybody. I speak blessing. I say, God bless you, and God bless you, and God bless you. But I'm not saying just those empty words. When you say God bless you, according to the word, to the Hebrew, you're saying that I pronounce upon you the fully manifested potential of what God has for you. That's a little different than saying, oh, God bless you. It's calling out the potential that God put down inside of you. The gift that you will never understand until you understand how loved you are. So that you don't always have to begin to defend yourself. You can be free to let that thing blossom and then give some of that love to somebody else and some of that grace to somebody else. And grace, I got